What's up, everybody? I did it again, looked at the wrong spot. Bench, feeling pretty decent. Wanted 12, but sometimes, actually, I would say most of the time, this is what happens when I get out of routine for a couple days with a specific movement. Like resting, I actually just got a message from somebody on Instagram asking about this. And, like taking a full rest week, that might help you, but the amount of people that are actually overtraining and really need to rest and recover is pretty low, I think, if people actually looked at it and you look at what overtraining actually is and how fatigued you have to be in that zone. Typically, you need to be pushing harder. I actually just watched an interesting video by GVS talking about this, and he basically said exactly that. Most of the time, it's that you need to be pushing harder, which there's a lot that goes into it, like being able to push harder. Did you sleep? Did you eat? Were you training hard enough last week to be able to push hard this week? In this scenario, getting the 10 reps is great, but I wanted 12. And last good chest day, we did 250 for 12, 12 and 10, which predicts 255 for 12 should be fine, 10, 8. But my last two chest days were not as they needed to be. Actually, I didn't do a chest day about 3 days ago on Monday. I just did arms, which at the time, was the right call. Chest was still sore, but it's, just not being in routine does not lead to strength gains, right? Like a random, out of routine day, like you're going to get that progress by having consistent, steady days in a row. So anyway, sob story over. Let's check the body weight. I'm going to go shoes off for this one. See what we got. Food has been pretty decent, so we'll see. Wow, not even that crazy. Obviously, we had a pretty big meal yesterday, so we felt pretty steady on that. All right, let me show you the workout. So we got first set, hoping for 12, got 10, all good. Gonna try and get another set of 10 and then 8. We'll do 2 sets on the dips and then some crushers for the triceps. All right, so second set here. I took a good rest. I'm hopeful that I can get 10. I think if I just get a little more power going, but like I was saying, I think I just need to get a couple, maybe a couple weeks at this weight to get comfortable again. You got to trust the process on this, and you can't immediately compare, like, because I've done more weight for 10 reps. Obviously, like I did 275 for 10. So, people can easily be like, well, I did this. It's like the program's not working. There's so many different factors, things that can be going on when you're, on a lifting journey trying to accomplish something, and you change, directions that quickly. Like, oh, I feel this way, I'm jumping ship. You got to chill out, look at all the factors, see what's going on, see how your last week of training was. Like, that's always a very good indicator of like what you're going to be able to do. Just be consistent. If you're consistent, you'll be able to have some good results. If you're not consistent, like I was not consistent over the past week with training chest, then the strength's not going to be there. So anyway, let's hopefully get 8 to 10. I'm going to go no music, no wrist wraps. Just make it more challenging than it needs to be, basically. All right. Whew. We'll take 8. I want to be able to get one more set. Hopefully 8. Yeah, I think I talked about it in the clip before, but that video by Basement Bodybuilding, I forget which one it was. It was really interesting, though, just talking about how potentially your workout that day, whether or not it feels good. Like a lot of times I would have a workout that didn't feel good. So I would just like stop the workout and be like, oh, I must need to rest. But the opposite way of thinking about it is, oh, my strength's down or my performance is down. I must have not done that well last week. Like I need to ramp it up. Again, there's a lot of other things that go into it, but it's a better way of thinking about it, because that video combined with the Jeffrey Verity Schofield, I think that's how you pronounce it, talking about like the amount of people who are actually overtraining, and how low it is. Like those two things combined would push me in the direction of kind of always thinking, okay, I need to be, if I'm not having a good workout, I need to really make sure that workout is as strong as can be so that, I go back in the right direction. Otherwise, if I went easy on this workout, then I'd end up in a downward spiral of progress, which we don't want. I just thought of a great analogy. How many people, for those people that went to high school, college, whatever, some sort of period of time where you had to study for a test and there were other people at the same time studying, how many people in that group do you think were over studying so much that their brain couldn't retain the information anymore? Exactly. Anyway, that helps me kind of conceptualize a little bit what can happen sometimes when you don't do enough in previous workout to stimulate progress. You fail the test, you're not going to say, oh, I needed to rest my mind more so that I could absorb information better. It's like, no, there's probably less than 1% of the people in college or high school that are in that situation where they're actually over studying. Most of the time it's like, oh, I failed the test or got a D. It's like, okay, I got to study harder for the next one. I got to push myself more now so that I can do better then. Let me know your thoughts on that one. We'll see how that takes. I'm glad that I don't have to take tests anymore. Oh boy. Right. But I used to know people that thought that way. They're like, oh, I've studied enough. I'm just too tired, too burnt out. I can't anymore. And it's like, not gonna cut it. Sorry. All right. That's 6. I think that was 6. All right. Whew. Feel good about that. Feel good about the analogy. I like it. I'm going with it. Little rest. Very happy to get 3 sets in. My goal for the 3 sets, if I'd been able to do what I wanted to, the past couple chest workouts, would have been 12, 10, and 8 with 255. So we got 10, 8, and 8, or sorry, 10, 8, and 7. So I think on Monday, we should be good for like 12, 10, 8, and then maybe Friday of next week, 12, 11, 9, something like that. And then possibly the Monday after that, we'll go 12, 12, 8 to 10, and that'll set me up to move up to 260. I really don't want to go up to 260 until I can lock in this weight much more comfortably, because I don't want, you go up too quickly, like if I bump up to 260, I'll get like 7 or 8, which is way far off from the 12 reps, that I'm trying to get. So yeah, good stuff. We'll give it a couple seconds and we'll be back. Oh, if you made it this far in the video, consider clicking that join button as a way to support the channel more. I just plug it sometimes because I think people don't notice it. But if you're ever interested in exercise tutorials, programs, just general fitness advice in a more specific format where you can actually follow it. I talk about stuff, through the videos and whatnot, but compiled a bunch of videos there. I want to say like 25 or 30 by now with some programs. Click the join button, it'll give you a little more information. At any rate, back onto the workout. We're going to do some dips. here. Going to get the Christmas tree. It's pretty epic. And I also remember tomorrow, I think we're going to knock out the live video. So I'm going to do some buys and tries at the end. We'll do back and arms, I guess it's going to be. So I figured let's get some extra chest work in. Some flat, classic dumbbell flies. We'll give it a second, and then we'll do one burnout thing that I like to do sometimes for chest. So it's basically a press together. Very important if you try these, you got to have hexagonal dumbbells, and you got to do it here, not here, for obvious reasons. For safety. Now look, this isn't really going to build any strength. It's just blood flow, good pump. Get some movement in those areas that we've just kind of maxed out. Whew. All right, hold on a second. Real quick. Just cracked that right next to my left ear. Not optimal. Now it's going to take a second for the hearing to come back. All right, that's it. Whew. Appreciate the support, everybody. We are off to get the Christmas tree. Little fella is awake, so should be a good time. Nice and cozy outside. It's not blindingly sunny. Might take a little bit for that to come back. Tomorrow, live video. We'll do back and arms. Should be epic. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you there. If you remember, make sure you stick around for the end of the video. This is a section just saying thank you to you for your extra level of support. Couldn't do it without you. Peace.